Today we're going to be making spicy sausage with broccoli and pesto. First things first, talk you through what we've got here in terms of setup. So we've got some Cumberland sausages, 12 of, broccoli, long red chillies, we have an onion, and we have some garlic, and then some fresh herbs. And I've gone with sage, thyme, and basil. Obviously tagliatelle, toasted pine nuts, and then some Parmesan to go on top. So, first things first, sausages on the plate, and literally just start peeling them apart. It's a very, handsy experience. It's very sensual. So keep going. So as I say, we've got 12 here, more than I'm used to working with. I'm usually working with just one sausage. We have got some wine going into the middle, which we'll talk about later. So I think we've done them all. What you want to do here is just pinch the sausages apart. So that's the meat done. Done. So we put that aside whilst we're smashing the roux up. And then here we go with our veg. So, here, one whole white onion in this milk. Nice thin slices. That's right, now so the chilli and the garlic. These are fantastic. The supermarkets where I live do not stock chillies that are this long. We're going to go in with 2 of them for this and see how we go. So we're going to chop the chilli now. You can have this dish as spicy or as mild as you want it to be, quite simply by throwing away a chilli. And we're just slicing nice and thin, on a slight angle, because it looks better. But ultimately you want that kind of wow factor when you look at the plate of food. You're going to have the chilli on top, and it's going to look great. And a little sip of wine's coming on the way. Oh, look at the size of this garlic clove. This is a big garlic clove. So the recipe calls for 3 garlic cloves. We want to smash this first. Just squash it down. Chop that down. Perfect. Bugger off garlic and chilli. There we go. Sorted. Next, we're going to go in with the herbs. So we have 3 herbs here. Sage, thyme, and basil is absolutely beautiful. When it comes to the thyme leaves, this is time consuming, no pun intended. You need to literally just roll them off like this, and it takes a long time. Now we're going to go with the sage. Okay, I said you can get away with the stalks with the sage, but listen, let's take them off on this occasion. Let's keep it nice and clean. All of this we're going to chop up really finely to go on top at the last minute in this dish. So, sage, basil, thyme, beautiful herbs. We're going to chop that up now. Again, please excuse the rather rough cutting action here. Cut my thumb whilst chopping the herbs. I think we both need a top up after that, right, Martin? Beautiful. Right, and we're ready to go. So where were we? So, lots of fresh herbs going on the plate. Careful. And now we're moving on to my least favourite thing to cut, the broccoli. We're going to cut through the stalk to begin with. And then the way I like to do it, and I've had a lot of experience with this now, is to actually just pull the florets off. A lot of people will cut them, but for this dish, we actually want quite a lot of the length in the floret, so we're going to cut it really, really thin. Look at the speed we're going at here. This is not on fast forward. Another point, keep a clear workstation. I cannot emphasize. Nice thin slices on the broccoli. There we go. Done. So that is all of our broccoli, blah, 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 blah. The final thing we've got here is just the Parmesan, because the pine nuts that we've got going on top have already been toasted for us by Sainsbury's. So we have the Parmesan here. This is a how-to on how to grate Parmesan. And the funny thing about this is it's not even the right way to do it, because in this makeshift kitchen, we have the big grating unit rather than the small grating unit. Little slice here. Again, usually you would grate this more finely. But this is what we've got, and this is... Let's give that a go, shall we? Onto the plate, of course, otherwise it's going everywhere. So Is that working? It's not! I think it's more of a zester, that instrument. So if you're looking for a zester... Oh, hang on. It's just brought forth some cheese. There we go. Maybe it is working. We're just going to stick with the one method for now. So, we now have all of our ingredients ready to go for our spicy broccoli sausage pasta. There we go. Thank you very much. We're now off to the kitchen to get all of this together. See you soon. This is a gas cooker, which I absolutely love. So it should get hot nice and quick. Just keep your hand over it and see what's going on. And when the pan starts to get nice and hot, get a nice glug of oil in there. 1.5 tablespoons. And then what we've got going in is our lovely sliced onion, and after that, the chilli and the garlic. So there we go. We don't want to burn or scorch the onion. In the meantime, we've got a pan of salted boiling water on the go. Pasta's going in there. We want the pasta, as soon as it's ready, to go straight into the sauce. When we start to get a bit of colour on these, they're probably still about a minute or so off. That's when we get the garlic and the chilli in, but not before. Very important, we don't take away the chilli and garlic flavour. It's going to be beautiful. As is this Chateau Neuf de Pape. So I'd say chilli and the garlic can probably come in about now. Beautiful. This is probably the stage as well where I'd suggest just a little bit of salt and pepper. Get lots of this on here. The pepper's going to bring out the heat of the chilies, and the salt's going to release a little bit of moisture from all of it. Beautiful. We'll just let that cook for a couple of minutes. When that is done, which is probably about a minute or so, we're going to get that into the bowl, and then we're going to get the sausage meat in the pan and brown that off. And this is what I love about this recipe, is it's about building flavour. Wait until you got a bit of colour on the onions. I think we're probably good to go now. And then what we want to do is get the sausage straight in there. You don't really need to add any more oil. You know, if your pan's a bit dry, feel free. It's a beautiful, meaty mess. And then we just want to brown. But just let it sit, because you want it to colour on one side, and then give it a good old shift around. Look at the colour now though, lovely. Now this is what you need. You need the brown bits. Colour is flavour. As an Indian boy growing up, that's what my mother always told me.
Hello mate.
Let's just go get this out. And when we think about this meal... Oh, sausage overboard. Get all of that on there. Pan back on the heat. Heat down a little bit. We're then going to get our bottle of white wine, which we haven't actually drank yet, but we will. Measurements, guys, I don't know. Just a nice glug of white wine. This is called deglazing. Deglazing the pan with all of that, like sausage fats, chilli, garlic, onion, and then we're going to get the broccoli straight in there. Straight in. This is a big part of where the flavour comes with this dish. Make sure it's all coated, and then crank the heat up a little bit. Keep it nice and spread out and leave it for a second. Hardest thing ever to do in cooking is just to leave it alone. I'm going to try and calm down with the Chateau Neuf de Pape. Well, I'm doing it again. Leave it alone. Just leave it alone for a second. Calm down. Have a think about what's going on. Reflect on the cut thumb, maybe. Still cut. Leave it alone. The broccoli has been cooked off absolutely perfectly. I'm going to take that off the heat, and we're going to get that into a dish to set aside. There we go. Right, back on the heat. Again, there should be no need for any more oil. I'm going to go back in with the onions, sausage, and then back in with the broccoli, all at once. The one thing we've neglected a little bit Look at those colours, man, they're so good. So simple, so much flavour, and we haven't even added our herbs yet. Not even there. Pasta, it should take about 10 minutes, maybe a little bit more. If you have fresh pasta, it's even quicker. 5 minutes max. But we're using dried here. We're literally just bringing everything we've cooked before into the pan together. But we do need our herbs. So like I said right at the very beginning, herbs, crucial component when it comes to flavour with this dish. Lots and lots of fresh herbs. No more cooking, just let the herbs heat through with the broccoli, the chilli, the garlic. So this is done, and then we're going to pour that straight into that with the reserved pasta water. And you can see, like, already the colour that the pasta's taking on from the sausage and the chilli and the onion, which shows you there's flavour going on. This, making sure the pasta is mixed through nicely. Okay, now we can move into the next room. Okay, right, so food is done. Got it in a lovely dish, just like this, ready for serving. Before serving, a couple of suggestions. One is a nice good glug of extra virgin olive oil all over the top. Don't be shy, but also be careful. Then we have our toasted pine nuts, and then literally just get these on top because they add a lovely texture to the pasta, and it's going to make everything absolutely sing. Finally, Parmesan cheese, all on top. Finish that off, absolutely perfect. There we go. Spicy broccoli, sausage pasta, finished and ready to serve. Make sure you get a lot of the sausage in there because the pasta likes to take a lead. There we go. I mean, for me, there's a little bit of heat, saltiness from the sausage and the pasta, a bit of garlic and broccoli, beautiful. It's good. So there we go. Bites with Ben, first meal on camera. We have spicy sausage, broccoli and pasta, enjoyed by myself and Martin. And we'll see you soon. It's good, it's turned out nice, I'm happy. Now I'm getting really drunk.
really drunk, this
I haven't been already.
Insane. Bro, this is great.
It's the first meal I've made that's taken 2 hours to make.
We should have taken, what, half an hour? Some pasta with sausages and chilli and onion and whatever else you put in there. I can't remember, I wasn't even concentrating. Trying to make sure your face was in focus.
I thought you were going to say that you weren't even conscious. You were definitely conscious because you were orchestrating the whole lot. So cheers, man.
It's
Thank
the
you very
pap
much.
de poop.
Thank you.
Congratulations.